I was just doing a chill music vibe session, and UMG didn't like that I showed one of their videos. The flyaways are real. And I've been back and forth in a mood all day. I'm a Libra sun and moon, by the way, and I'm pretty sure the full moon that's coming up is in Libra on like the 28th. But I've been like, all day today. Not particularly bad or good, but I hopped on to do the reading and saw the lighting, and like my whole mood changed. I was like, dude, that lighting's really cool. I'm gonna take it slow with Libra 2.0. I recall the last read. We were in good spaces. Libra was in good space, lots of blessings, but you know how they say more money, more problems, or you know what they say about stress. Hey, Amanda. And yeah, with success comes stress. I probably should have named this that, but that's what I'm feeling for Libras. I just got around to remaking an oil blend. Sorry, that's what I'm putting on. It's kind of my little headaches. So, of course, we're not jumping right into the read, but as usual, we kind of are. Always starts off the mystical Shaman Oracle card. So we're going to do that. See if we can get some insight, guidance, or advice to the oracles and shamanism for Libra for the second half of March. Yeah, I really feel Libras are pretty stressed out. They need to breathe. Appreciate the little things. Lots of self-care. If you're anything like me, you probably need to clean more. I'm forever getting distracted. Alright. Lightning. Did I just say the lighting made my mood better? Anyways, lightning. All over the place. Lightning's usually sporadic. Chaos. I feel like these are things Libra are worried about because they're trying to avoid them. And maybe they were prominent in your past, this chaos, this electric. I also feeling like Libras need energy. We need to tap into our energy reserves. And in order to do that, we have to be allowed to do that. And Spirit's not really going to allow us to do that if we have energy vampires around us. And an energy vampire doesn't even have to be around you. There could still be an energetic connection, which a lot of people, cord cutting. Some people may have noticed from other platforms that I did my own version of a cord cutting. I probably need to elaborate on that. I didn't do a cord cutting ritual as traditional. It wasn't even a cord cutting like that. It was kind of like a spiritual de-weeding. And I'm still working on that candle and thinking about those energies that I need to cut out of my life, because things will come and go out of your life as they're meant to as you learn lessons, and there's no point in cutting the cord on something when it's like a weed. It will grow right back if it's not fully removed. So I'm going through my own purge of energies of the source and where they come from. So I'm also feeling like communication's hard for Libra. Like, we just don't want to talk. Libras just don't want to talk. But we're going to get into the tarot now instead of all my relating and intuitive messages that I've noticed being a Libra myself. I'm going to pull 7 cards and see what they tell me and what advice we can get for the collective for Libras for the second half of March. And I keep forgetting to say, please do like, share, or comment. It really, really does help. Especially if something resonates, like I kind of would like to know. Just because it's nice to have things to talk about. Most of my life is over social media right now, as are most people's lives. Alright. Editor of Time. There's a fire sign card. your passions. You're focused and motivated by your passions. Creating, like your job probably has a lot to do with creating. Some of you are probably entrepreneurs, but you're hard at work creating like things, like pieces, like projects and stuff. It's like a day by day, step by step, project by project thing. Very focused. It's kind of like you've gotten up and started going after your dream or doing that thing. Because you can tell on the card, like, he's not sitting on the throne. He's staying with his foot on the throne, like he's still the king and everything, you know, still sitting pretty, but hard at work. It's like moving like a Leo. Yeah, 9 of them. Money bag, hard at work. Financial stability. Some of y'all are trying to find stability within your passions. There is a such thing as like working too hard, being overly passionate or not enough, needing the drive to work like that. I feel like some of y'all need motivation or inspiration just to get out of bed, is what I've heard. Sorry, sometimes I hear things like, not like actual voices, but like I'll get an inclination or an idea in my head and I'll say it because it's almost like a mental push. Like when you get a great idea to do something. 8 of you seized. Yeah, I feel like past people and past toxic situations could be an emotional blockage for you, which is affecting your productivity and creativity. Like past woes, singlehood, loss, the one that got away. There's a lot of relationship problems. Come on, we love love. We're Libras, sign of Venus. It's probably love. And then those of you that are probably in stable relationships, which I think if you're in a lovely relationship and doing well enough to be able to sit and watch this, you probably don't need advice, but you might be missing your partner because you're working so much. For those of you that are in stable, healthy relationships and it's more of a work thing and spiritual thing, like just spinning your wheels in your head about things just because that's what happens when you're stressed out. 8 of time. Think of the past, things you've done, things you've said, things that have been done to you, things that have been said to you. Wanting to hear from somebody. Which I feel like maybe that's why you don't feel like talking, because you can't talk to who you want to talk to, or the people you want to talk to aren't responsive. A lot of people are really just hard at work and stressed out right now about money. I wouldn't take a lack of communication with anyone personally. It's complicated times, even though a lot of us, we do need to talk more and open up more. It's hard to do when pretty much we've been told to stay away from every other human for over a year now. Like, even having your vaccine or being vaccinated as in mind, they still don't want you really around people. Six of air. That's under the... Yeah, you're trying really hard to move forward and progress in your field and in life, in your hobbies, like pretty much in everything, just in moving forward. I think a lot of you too, like I just kind of got another push that like everyone, I don't even think it's just everyone's just, we're so ready for these quarantine times to be over. It's not even so much like, can things go back to the way they were? They're not going to. There's definitely lots of major financial losses that have happened in the last like 2 or 3 years because of this. But like, can we go to the after COVID life? Like, can we just not have to quarantine anymore? I feel like can we just move beyond that? Like, you want to go out, experience things, hang out with friends. There might be some things that you want to do that you weren't even into before, but it's like, I've been inside so long as a Libra, spinning my wheels, and I need to get out. You know? Me personally, I don't drink or party, but I'm for it lately. I mean, it'd be kind of weird for me to drink alcohol because it kind of disconnects me from spirit, and I'm just like, okay, but I'm down for it. Human connection, man. Even as kids, that they tell parents you can't keep your kids away from other kids because like it has a psychological effect. I only can imagine the psychological effect it has on signs that are Venusian like us that need touch, feel, see of other people, and they like to be connected, especially if you're single. Father God. And if you're not single, if you're in a relationship, I also know we need personal space and time, and it's not personal. Like, don't get offended if you're with a Libra and they seem to be pushing you away. As much as we love and to be up under someone, we definitely treasure alone time. Father God. I think you feel like, I'm hearing like money is the root of all evil. Like, money is so important right now. Even with the COVID checks and stuff, it's like trying to find a job when you don't have a job is really difficult, which is making people probably stay in jobs that they can't stand. People that had their own businesses, could all of a sudden not be doing too well. And it's like, money has such a significant impact in our lives right now. It kind of makes the impact that it had before look like a joke. And I hate to tell you, it's probably going to get worse, but I mean, I'm just being honest. Like, things aren't going to financially get better in the United States for a while. Some of y'all could have been doing well with Doge and some other stocks. I mean, who knows? There's this big thing with GameStop not too long ago, but you're definitely recognizing, like, money is important, and the people that are on top that have money right now, like, they're kind of living different lives. Like, you're almost, like, it's almost to a degree of, like, envious of the rich and famous, because it's like they don't even have to stress or worry, even in a time like this, which, I mean, isn't necessarily true. But at the same time, if you're like a small creator, have a small business in creation, or musician, even the ones that partially made it are kind of stressing because some of the Fortune 500 and famous people are, they're going down to TikTok and YouTube, and they're like kind of going back to B-lister and C-lister stuff. Hey, Tanya. So it's just a lot of wanting what you don't have. Don't idolize anyone or put anyone on a pedestal. There also could have been a time where people put you on a pedestal, and it's like, someone said if you're sad in a Honda, you're sad in a Lexus. Like, I could be doing bad and being sad, but even if I'm doing good and you put me on a pedestal, you still feel ostracized. So you're alone, you're still sad. So I think a lot of y'all are just going your own path and very, like I said, very focused on money and building, because what else is there to do when you've got all the time in the world and you're alone? Even if you're quarantined with your family, it's still like you and your family have all the time in the world and you're all alone. Hate of dumb hand. Yeah. Yeah, you just want the next part of your life to happen. The next blessing. The next love. You're tired of feeling like you're letting time and things slip through your hands, Libra. That's what I'm getting. That's pretty deep. From going from everything's just so great. I think a lot of it's like doubt and just like fear. So I would definitely work on some positive affirmations. Like, I am successful. I am worthy. I am creative and beautiful. I am loved. Just do some positive affirmations, especially when your mental gets in a place where it's not telling you the best things.